There's a bird who fishes with a rope tied around its little bird throat. Catches everything it can and brings it to the man standing on his little wooden boat. It's by habit I'm still waking up at 4, 'cause that's when I got used to Linda coming through the door. I heat up something from the fridge, talk about the bills and kids, trade the keys, and then I'd drive out to the shore. Then he said a real man provides, that the pressure and the purpose is his biggest point of pride. But the people we work for paying less, keeping more, so I can't afford a funeral for my bride. But there's a bird who fishes with a rope tied around its little bird throat. Catches everything it can and brings it to the man standing on his little wooden boat. Some people work their fingers to the bone. Other people share an office and feel equally alone. Some roll $20 bills to buy a sandwich bag of pills that leaves them empty as the summer people's homes. Woo! On the best of days, I can sleep till 5. Throw an Eggo in the toaster, eat it while I drive. Hope my daughters, they can make their own breakfast, and by 8 they're waiting for a school bus to arrive. But there's a bird who fishes with a rope tied around its little bird throat. And the granting of that wish, just to have one little fish, dangles like an unresolved note. Well, there's a bird who fishes with a rope tied around its little bird throat. And I guess that you could say it was captive to the waves. It preferred a little certainty to hope. Hey everyone out there, how's it going? Happy early 4th of July if you're in the US. I'm actually going to do a bunch of what I'm going to call patriotic songs today. And I say that kind of only half kiddingly, because they're all fairly critical of the country that I call home and that I love. And I guess the part of me that's not kidding at all about them being patriotic songs is that I really do love my country. And so the ways in which it disappoints me and the ways in which I have faith that it could be better, I think are worth looking at. And whether folks regard that as me being strident or not, I don't know, but that's the theme of today's show. I do a bunch of my newer songs that you might have heard before, but they're not released. Most of them are not released yet. They will be out hopefully in the next year or so, soonish. Anyways, I'm gonna do a bunch of those sorts of songs, and I hope you have faith that I am coming from a place of love. Sandra, I taught you to look both ways when you cross. Sandra, I taught you to stay in one place if you're lost. But Sandra, you know that it's hard to prepare a child for a danger some say isn't there. 'Cause the wave will keep rolling long after the ship has been tossed. Sandra, please, you've got to keep both hands on the dash. And Sandra, please answer politely each question you're asked. Don't you go trying, invoking your rights. They're the very same things that will threaten your life. Burning bright as that cigarette, turning to smoke and ash. And baby, each morning when you went to class, you knew when you raised up your hand, pledged your allegiance in life to the red, white, and blue, that the craziest thing from your first day to last, you most have to understand, is that flag will never once pledge its allegiance to you. They're just the same colors you can see flashing now in your rear view. Ooh, 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 What mothers know that you've known your own tragedies? What mothers, please for a moment, imagine you me. It's not faith, it's justice that needs to be blind. If blackness puts black kids at risk for their lives, white mothers, imagine it's your daughter on the TV. Would you teach all your babies when they go to class to know when they raise up their hands and pledge their allegiance in life to the red, white, and blue, that the craziest thing from their first day to last, the most have to understand, is that flag is yet to once pledge its allegiance, it's true, to a black girl who saw those same colors flash in her rear view. Hey, Greg Owens, how's it going out there? Thank you so much. You're commenting on the line about the flag, the colors of the flag. Yeah. I should say, I feel like I kind of owe it to the person that song is about to say who they are. If anyone doesn't know, Sandra Bland is was a black woman who was pulled over for questionable reasons and treated very, very aggressively because she had the audacity to know what her rights were and speak them out loud. And she ended up in prison where she died. So that's what that song is about. And thanks, Greg. This is the part of the show where I realize I'm sweating after the second song. And my mom, who was watching the last one of these broadcasts, said, "You need an air conditioner in that room." And I do, but I have not done that yet. Now that it's almost 4th of July, I need to, but it won't be right now. So, I'm going to do another one of these patriotic songs. Nick Peets, thank you. You know I'm committed to the cause. The more I sweat. How are you doing, man? Are you making much music? You ever gonna put out that beach record? Gonna record a new beach record? Let me know. There's a street light out at the end of the cul-de-sac where the crickets rub their legs in the woods out back. And the dark, like death, stretches on. You can't tell what's the woods and what's your lawn. Straight white male. Did your straight white dad tell you, hey kid, you dare not fail? 'Cause the measure of a real man's in his hands. Oh, ain't that right, white American man? You put an angel up at the top of your Christmas tree, and it shines a little cheery light for all your kids and wife to see. When the house falls asleep, you unplug that wire. Leave it on too long, you know it'll start fire. Straight white male, like the big fat head of the old snake who eats his tail. Oh, the only thing you understand's the only thing you understand. Oh, ain't that right, white American man? Straight white male. You know your rising tide is useless if the wind doesn't fill all sails. But you better bail a leaky boat and never lose sight of land. Oh, ain't that right, white American that right white American man. There's a street light out at the end of your mortgaged lawn. Somewhere across town, lights are coming on. Oh, let's see. What are you saying, Nick? New beach record will be dope next time I'm in town. All right, let's do it. I'm actually going to be there very soon, so maybe the next time, so we can plan. Are you being serious? I hope you are. I also assume that by talking about the next beach record, you're going to abandon the last beach record. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, Nick Peets is a friend of mine who's a great songwriter who has a lovely home, or family home near the Oregon coast, where he recorded an album that I played keyboards on, which is awesome, which he never put out. And then I recorded The Great Make Believer at the same place. And I did put The Great Make Believer out. But for a while, it took me a while to put it out. So we were wondering if maybe there was a curse to that beach house, that like a black hole, that things happen there, but they never leave. Desert record sounds dope as well. Yeah, are you thinking like New Mexico desert? Or yeah. All right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to play a song called American Dreams in honor of the 4th of July. I was a boy back in Spirograph, Ohio. Pa came home covered in cold sweat and jet black soot. Work, it was hard, but it paid, though those days have gone by. Oh, today you pray you don't get caught in the same place you cook. Most nights I lie awake, cursing this country I come from. But when Jane says she loves it, I claim to know just what she means. Yeah, life's like a line that our dirty old linens get hung from, to dry when you ain't got the time to scrub all of them clean. While the soul gets bruised, black and cold country blues. If the ghost of this culture's unseemly, it's mostly unseen by those folks on the coast who get hooked on American dreams. Cherry, it's very impressive you made it to Boston, while I'm stretched by the lack of that factory work, tight as a drum. Now you're making the money most people get easily lost in. Cherry, it's plain as the day you forgot where you're from. But sing a verse or two of these rust Belt blues. Once you escape, get replaced like an old pair of jeans. Now you're one of them, been hooked by American dreams. Ooh. This man up in Maine asked for help making bedspreads and sweaters. Poor French Canadian laborers answered the call. Now all that remains are the ways they thought life would get better. Is the school in his name their great-grandkids could never afford. So now it's pills and booze for these milltown blues that flow like the river that powered his cotton machines. I guess to get rich you just let someone else stitch American dreams. This white cable news guy tried grilling these three black professors on why rioters might vandalize their own poor neighborhoods. But if he had been held more than 400 years under pressure, I bet he'd fucking wanna be heard first, if not understood. So how should we get through? Feels like deja vu. Should we sit, should we kneel, should we shout, should we jump, should we scream? To get through to you, made blind by American dreams. Yeah, how do we undo what we're beholden to in this history of winners where losers get lost in between? All those cracks in the bell where they nail the American dream. Yeah, you're either by heaven or hell when they sell those American dreams.
Hey, I got a few people to say hi to. Hello, Naomi. How are you doing? Naomi is encouraging Nick Peets to make a record in the desert. Not just for the sake of making a record in the desert, but because she lives in the desert. Very near to a recording studio that I think she has in mind for such a recording project of Nick Peets' songs. Nick, you should do it. I want to make a desert record too. Let's see. Bruno. You're having lunch and enjoying. Bruno's watching on YouTube. Thanks for watching, Bruno. Okay, and then Gielan, how are you, Gielan? You have a warning for me, which is Facebook is not my friend. Facebook is not my friend. Okay, let's see. Facebook is not your friend, meaning me. I tried to share the link with friends, but it doesn't work. Guess Mark only likes Russian bots and Russian money. God help us. I think he likes that money and all other money. I think he likes lots and lots. I think he likes everyone's money. But why won't he? Let's see. Why won't Facebook let you share this broadcast on Facebook? I don't know. I assume you're at the video and you're clicking share and it's blocking it somehow. Maybe because I put 4th of July in the. So I had to actually had to register as a political entity with Facebook after their whole like Cambridge Analytica thing. Believe it or not. Because I have this music video I made where I replaced my face using Snapchat with Donald Trump's face. And I tried to share that video and they wouldn't let me. Every time I shared it, they blocked it. So I actually had to sign up and get like verified and approved as a political entity so that I could share a music video. And once I did that, I kind of had the suspicion that they like keep track of things like the text I put in video descriptions and the things I post and probably even the things I'm saying in this video right now. I'm sure they have a auto detection software running it, and if I say Trump, maybe they start messing with my ability to share content from my page without it being explicitly marked as political. Maybe. It's just a guess. I don't know. But either way, thanks for trying to share it. I'm here again, sweating. Here I am, sweating for the cause, because it's February in Maine. February. If it was February, well, I'd still be sweating in February. No, what is it? It's July, almost July 4th in Maine, which means it's finally summer here. My mom, during the last broadcast, was like, you got to get an air conditioner, which is true. All right, I'm going to play something else. What should I play? I'm playing all my, well, not all of them, some politically oriented material for the 4th of July. And if you missed my disclaimer at the beginning of this broadcast, it's really, I don't make this music just to be strident, not only to be strident, but also with love, because I truly do love my country. It's a place I've always called home. I think there's many, many amazing things about the United States of America, and many things that need to be corrected, just like any country or people, or, you know, it's like you're in a family and you love your brother, but you want him to stop being an asshole. So that's kind of how I feel about this place. So I think my patriotism in all of these songs is sincere. Anyways, let me stop preaching and I'll play a song called Heaven's Ballroom Floor, which has a little bit about American history in it. There's a hole in heaven's ballroom floor. One minute God was dancing, the next he was gone. Tells you what he fell through, not what we fell for. There's a hole in heaven's ballroom floor. I was traveling on the road that led to you. I was traveling on the road that led to you. But back a ways it split, and without warning I submit. Now I don't know where I'm headed to. But there's a hole in heaven's ballroom floor. One minute God was dancing, the next he was gone. Tells you what he fell through,
not what we fell for. There's a hole in heaven's ballroom floor. There is one thing that a compass doesn't do. If any magnet makes the needle want to move, there's a difference between wandering and what you wander through. And just because you trust don't mean it's true. Faith's a bomb in the mailbox, a snake in the grass, a blanket with smallpox, a plane that goes crash. And everyone's down here still kissing his ass, and what for? Should we live off the light through the cracks in his floor? There's a hole in heaven's ballroom floor. One minute God was dancing, the next he was gone. Tells you what he fell through, not what we fell for. There's a hole in heaven's ballroom floor. Tells you what he fell through, not what we fell for. Well, there's a hole heaven's ballroom floor.
That was very sloppy. There we go. Let's see. Keelan, yeah, your friends are asking about access on YouTube. Let's see. How can they get access this on YouTube? It's going out on YouTube, clearly, because Bruno at least is watching it there. I think, let me test this out. My apologies to anyone who wants me to just play or talk. Maybe you don't. Maybe this is the moment you've been waiting for. This particular silence. Oh, yeah. So, okay, if you go to my YouTube page, which is just youtube.com/cutthroatpop, or just have someone search for Chris Robley in YouTube, right on my channel page at the top is this live stream video. So it is on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's publicly viewable. So that's something. All right. Keelan, you're working very hard to share this with your friends, and I very much appreciate it. Let's see. What am I not done? Okay, I'm going to do a song called Love in a Time of Sharp Decline, which I wrote shortly after the last presidential election.
In a California boarding house, there's a baby sick in bed. For the second night, his mama holds a cold cloth to his head. She dials 911. The EMTs could tell DHS to call ICE, and the whole thing could come undone just by tugging on one thread. She's got the phone cord coiled around her fingers like a rosary for prayer. And when the men come through that unlocked door, the boy's delivered to their care. 'cause that's love in a time of sharp decline. Ain't that love in a time of sharp decline? When the follow through is equal to the fear it overrides, ain't that love in a time of sharp decline? When the Visigoths were north of Rome, the Pope came out and said, all you pagan savages go home, or the Lord will strike you dead. So the tribal king decided to obstruct the aqueduct, and he blocked the flow of food to market, and then he burned up all the crops. So the Pope said to the emperor, sir, without water, fish, and bread, you're royally fucked, and I guess my God wants me to save myself instead. 'Cause that's love in a time of sharp decline. Ain't that love in a time of sharp decline? When the naked truth and the need for proof are walking side by side, ain't that love in a time of sharp decline? Whoa. Ooh, 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 There's a woman holding vigil in her husband's final days, sifting through the superficial things the hospice nurses say. Since they began the drip to ease his slip, she's never once left his side. She keeps whispering, will you marry me, though she knows he can't reply. 50 years have been refined to something words cannot convey. It's like staring straight into the sun, and she never turned away. 'Cause that's love in a time of sharp decline. Ain't that love in a time of sharp decline? Ain't that love in a time of sharp decline? Ain't that love in a time of sharp decline? When the faith you bring is the only thing you don't have to leave behind, ain't that love in a time of sharp decline? Ain't that love in a time of sharp decline?
Keelan, you're not being a pain at all for making a request. I'd be a real asshole if I was like, how dare you like one of my songs enough to want to hear it. Thanks. No, I'll play Morning Edition. I didn't get around to practicing it since the last time I promised I would. So it'll be rough, but that's all right. Yeah. Oh, and thanks about that one. That's a song that'll be on a record hopefully pretty soon, like within the next year, because it's been recorded. The band parts are done. I just next week I'm gonna go record my vocals and any other little sprinkles and bells and whistles and things that need to go on it, and then it should be ready. So yeah, all right. Let's see. What am I gonna do here? Morning Edition. key is a sin. What's everyone going to do for the 4th of July? If you're in the U.S. Keelan, I don't expect you to celebrate.
Sat in caffeinated traffic in the honey light of dawn, digesting drive-through flapjacks and whatever news was on. Apple software, cyber warfare, somehow freedom's caught up in the crosshair. But you know they'll ask us all to soldier on, followed by a feature piece on Werner von Braun. Well, there's a rich man making speeches about who shouldn't be allowed, and he's playing to his big adoring crowd. What a minute holds within it, it's all in later how you'll spin it. So he's asking every woman, child and man to raise their hand and pledge to make us great again. Well, there ain't no limit to what you can achieve, assuming you'll betray all you believe. And baby, you and me will find out soon if the enemy within is called ahead to book a room. Because you can smoke a cigarette and then cover up the smell with cheap perfume. A whole country conveniently forgets it took a Nazi to land us on the moon. 'Cause that's the kind of thing we woo. I've been fastened to this platform on which I bitch and syndicate whatever line they're feeding to the corporate fourth estate. Weren't she pretty? Such a pity, she's fucking all the subcommittee when she'd rather just stay home and masturbate. For the lurid eye of the much maligned, half-blind surveillance state, well, there ain't no secrets to why we self-deceive when they're dangling the promise of reprieve. Baby, you and me will find out soon if the enemy within begins to trash adjacent rooms. Liberty's a marriage minuet, where hope's the lonely bride and fear's the groom. Not until this dance they both met, someone struck a deal in some back room, expecting all of us to woo-hoo-hoo. Thinking about the strangers traveling into different songs, sung by a crowd that's 30,000 strong. Will we beat them back or greet them on that endless road to freedom that narrows and expands depending on the way that we define the word belong.
Of course, I had to screw up the most important line of the whole song. Let me try it again.
Well, I've been thinking about the strangers traveling into different songs, sung by a crowd that's 30,000 strong. Will we beat them back, greet them on that endless road to freedom that narrows and expands depending on the way that we define the word belong. Well, there ain't no limits to what you can achieve, but some lost things should never be retrieved. And baby, you and me will find out soon if the enemy within's reserved the whole hotel till June. Before you say what makes a fire great, you should know the heat is separate from the fumes. Don't you feel the way the whole earth quakes as soon as that big lunar rocket booms, proving what we'd all along presumed, that our bright future is bursting into bloom. That's the kind of thing we woo.
Keelan, thanks, man. Thanks for requesting it. Thanks for enjoying it. Thank you for the comparison. I'll take it. I will unhumbly take it. Thank you. All right, let's see. I should stop talking to you with all the reverb on. It's ominous. I think I might have one more song for you today. And then I hope you all have, if you're taking time off for holidays, I hope you have a great time. And I am serious to keep returning to this whole thing. I think in my music, people think I'm just constantly shitting on America. I do love my country. And despite the many, many, many things we could fix about it, we've also done quite a few things right. So I hope, and I don't mean just jazz and baseball, though those are pretty cool. So yeah, if you're in America, if you're an American, hope you have a great 4th of July, and that you look at the good and the bad, I guess. If you're outside of America, I don't presume to tell you what you should do on 4th of July, but I hope it's a good day. All right, I'm gonna do a quite a long song. Gilliam was just talking about Bob Dylan, and when I wrote this song, I actually gave myself permission to make it very long and boring in that sense of it's not filled with a bunch of hooks. But this is one of those songs that we've been recording, or my friends in Oregon have been sort of piecing together for me. And next week I'll go add the vocals to this as well. And it ended up with a bunch of really cool electronic, spacey, awesome hooks. So I think it makes the song more than a folk song. But anyways, here it goes. I'll see if I can. I haven't played it in quite a bit. Let's see if I remember it.
His muddy boots are by the bedside. If he were half as dumb a man, he'd have skipped town. But here he is, still sleeping like a shipwreck that doesn't know he's already gone down. For an hour his wife just stares into the darkness, where she knows his pistol has been stashed in a sock inside a shoebox in the closet. And she wonders if that's where he hid the cash. It's the moon, not moonlight, makes the flood tides, pulling us in ways we can't detect. She's not looking for a road map or a field guide, just a filament in the wilderness of what comes next. Muhammad moved to Maine from Minnesota after fleeing South Sudan at age 13. No one cared about him one iota until the kid made captain of the team. And his string of wins electrified this city, which had always bitched about these refugees. Ain't it funny how you'll finally show some pity as soon as you know what they'll do for me? And the relevant connections this kid can't find in games of grass or unprotected sex, well, they're dangled like a check that no one's yet signed, like a filament in the wilderness of what comes next. Well, the rain has made a mess of all her makeup, and she holds a folded flag like some cliche. The Father Andrew's hand is on her shoulder, but he'll be damned if he knows what to say. In the mirror of her grief he sees his likeness, while he's fumbling for the words some prophet wrote. But there's a difference between throwing on a life vest and deciding that you want to stay afloat. He knows scripture might have hit her like a broadside. She's not looking for what's hidden in that text. Sometimes quiet's all the kindness that a heart can abide, just a filament in the wilderness of what comes next. Well, my father's word you knew was good as gold. Yours was something he would hold you to. So when he promised me and Ma the cancer was something he could gladly soldier through, as long as we both promised to believe him as he charged against the odds to take that hill. Neither of us willfully deceived him. For a while God worked in every little pill. Now as I'm cleaning out the bottles in the cabinet of all that Darituba-Mab and Dex, well, I know he ain't gone, he just inhabits the filament in the wilderness. What comes next? Oh, America, America, I want you spangled in your faulty retrospect to summon just an inkling of the value you claim as if your personal effect. It seems hand to hand we venture to this cliffside. You've thrown away the key to these steel cuffs, And it seems we're either waiting for a landslide, or you'll tug and take us right over the bluffs. But no, America, you need not be a beacon. That's more than any person should expect. But a light can still be as its signal weakens. A filament in the wilderness of what comes next.
I realized 4/5 of the way through that song, I've never sang that song for anyone before, I don't think, besides making a demo of it and sending it to the band who's recording it. And I got teary-eyed because I was singing about my dad, which is why you're supposed to practice songs, so that the emotion you feel when you wrote them doesn't actually have to come through when you're, or it doesn't have to come through you, at least. You hope that it just exists because of what you built. So, thanks for letting me get teary-eyed for a sec. Let's see, Keelan, what are you saying here? You're very kind. Thank you so much. Hey, Blair, how's it going? I'm just about to hop off this, but I appreciate you tuning in. Hello to you. I've been doing patriotic songs. My form of patriotism is to be kind of critical of the country I love. So that's what this hour has been about. And if you want to go back, thanks so much. If you want to go back and watch the rest, please do. And I'm not going to be on here Thursday because it's a holiday, and we're going to be doing family stuff. Next week, I will try. The timing might be off because I'm going to be traveling. I'll be in Oregon. So if I can get a way to do one of these or two of these, it might be slightly later in the day than usual. But we'll see. I probably should just say it's not going to happen, and then if it does, it'll be a nice surprise. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching me sweat for an hour. Thanks for listening. Thanks to Blair and Gielan for being here at the end. And I will see you either next week or the week after that. Cheers to you all. I have to find my little mouse. Here we go. All right. Peace.